Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading How to Break Through a Weight Loss Plateau. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. For all my fellow females out there, we often face a plateau when it hits that time of the month. Perhaps one of the best things to do in this situation is to just carry on while our body can readjust. Equally, if you keep going as normal, diet and exercise, it's much easier to keep to a routine that you might otherwise lose if you change up your habits in an attempt to get past a plateau. Just keep things going as they are, and only make significant changes once you've been at the plateau for a substantial amount of time. I actually notice that I gain a bit right before mine starts, which doesn't help when I'm already emotional. I just have to breathe and realize that this is a cycle and keep going, one day at a time. I'm here right now. I thought I was beginning a plateau, but turns out it just had to do with my lady time. I've been keeping up with my diet and movement, focusing more on my non-scale victories, and I'm sure I'll see the scale go down once my lady time is passed. I cannot stress this point enough. About 3 weeks ago, I hit a plateau due to my time of the month, which I didn't realize at the time, and didn't lose or gain any weight at all, despite how well I had stuck with healthy eating and working out. Yesterday, I weighed myself again, and I dropped 5 kilograms since. This may sound silly, and I can't claim scientific proof, but it seems to work for me. I tend to keep a 1,000+ calorie deficit during my work week, Monday to Friday, which also includes a 16-hour intermittent fast. Some weekends, I will stop the intermittent fasting and skip the deficit. My theory is that by keeping my metabolism guessing, it won't have time to fully adjust my usual eating habits, which might cause my plateau. This does sometimes cause a spike in my weight on Monday morning, but it doesn't tend to stick around. I second that. I think it is refeed in diet term, and it's only logical since I've been in decent shape for as long as I can remember, and I tend to eat less on some days, followed by eating everything on site the next few days. I was just recently in a weight loss plateau, and it was really hard to not get discouraged. I realized later on that all I had to do was be consistent with what I was already doing, and I would eventually get out of the plateau. However, here are some things to consider. Work out a little more than usual. Add a 15-minute walk to your routine. Pay attention to what you're eating and try to cut out snacking and eating more veggies. Drink lots of water to keep yourselves refreshed. Good luck, and remember, you will break through the plateau. If I find myself stuck in a plateau, my body responds best with a diet break. I normally eat at a 400 to 500 calorie deficit. To help break the plateau, I eat maintenance calories for 2 to 5 days. Then I switch back to my normal calorie deficit. This does not mean I go out and splurge on cake, ice cream, and pizza. I make sure the foods I am eating are healthy, and it works for me every time. I'm currently going through one actually. As a female during the time of the month, I crave everything, and I'm bloated, so the scale says I'm heavier than what I truly am, and it sometimes takes me 2 weeks to get it moving again. What I do to help is allow myself to eat a few of those things that I'm craving, but I don't go overboard with it. Then the next day or two after I do so, I then drink so much water, as in having to pee every 5 minutes amount of water. Sometimes it just helps to flush out salt and whatever else, but that's just me. But overall, you have to be patient, continue eating right, and working out. Maybe cut down on the carbs for a bit or lessen your calorie intake. But please don't be unhealthy and starve yourself or go to any sort of extremes. Remind yourself it all takes time, and rushing it will harm you in the long run or make you crash. And don't lose hope during the time period and keep your eye on the prize. Fight on, narwhals. Whilst it is very discouraging to be eating well and exercising regularly without reaping any results in the scale, I find that my measurements still continue to gradually decrease despite the weight not doing so. I definitely recommend looking at your measurements during this time. Additionally, I like to remind myself to continue to eat healthy, as I know how I feel when I eat junk food, bloated, disgusting, and overall gross. This is enough to keep me on track in terms of my eating, even if it's not doing enough to get the number down on the scales. I also find that changing up my workout routine helps to break the plateau. It's almost as if my body is telling me that it's getting used to the workouts, so it's not going to change its weight until I change what I'm doing to it. I hope this helps, and good luck with your weight loss. Stress. I've noticed that when I start to get stressed out about something, whether it's related to my weight or mind, my whole body is affected. I've been doing well when it comes to dieting and exercising, but I've noticed that when I stress about my weight a lot, nothing's moving. My weight remained the same. What I did is I tried meditation. It helps calm my mind and stop worrying about the weight loss. Also, don't overthink about it, and just have a mindset that you're doing it for better health, and weight loss is not a race, so don't rush things. Also, try to lessen your food portions a bit more. I know this might sound unhealthy or what, but it's only temporary and it can help. Increasing exercises and trying to eat more fiber-rich foods can help you flush out the weight. And just keep going. Keep yourself in a caloric deficit and be on track. Don't weigh yourself for a while so you're not taunted by the scale. Don't give up. If you keep doing what you're doing, it will come off. Plateaus are completely normal and they happen. Take a step back and evaluate. Can you be drinking more water daily? Can you be moving your body differently? How are the foods you're eating? They might fit into your calories, but are they really good food for you? You have to be honest with yourself and not give up, because then the plateau wins. You have to win and keep in the mindset that you're doing this for yourself, because I've learned that is how weight loss is most effective. Mind over body, mind over body. What a great time for me to share my experience since I just broke through one. My weight had been stuck for nearly a month due to me having to divide my calories in 2 sessions because of Ramadan, and it disrupted my routine. I then went for a liquid diet out of desperation, yet it did nothing. It was frustrating to see my weight remain the same, which in turn caused me to binge for a couple of days. Finally, I just decided to stop myself from all the out of control eating and relax my mind and restart with my old routine, which is OMAD, and told myself to not get distracted at the dinner table from all the calorie dense food. A while ago, the scale showed I weigh less than the weight I was stuck for weeks at, and it feels so much better to find my balance again. I was stuck in the 270s for the longest time. What helped me was that I just took a break from my calorie deficit. I just stayed at maintenance or above maintenance. I would go out with my friends for some drinks and some food. I always made sure I didn't overdo it and still went to the gym, but just stepping back and taking a break from the scale and the calorie counting for about 2 weeks helped me feel refreshed and ready to go again. I went from about 278 to about 284 in those 2 weeks, and I was out of the 270 range within a month after my break. I've been losing weight for almost a year now. I have noticed that I hit a plateau. I hardly lose weight or just a little every month, around 1 week before ovulation to 1 week after, and I usually lose weight quite quickly. For females, this is very normal. Our hormone levels fluctuate a lot, and with that, our water retention. My tip is that if you notice that you hit a short plateau every month, make sure to notice the pattern at which it occurs so you can recognize if the reason you aren't losing weight has anything to do with your diet. If it's because of your hormones, then don't worry too much about it. Just keep going. I know it's really hard not to get frustrated and try to reduce your calorie intake, but you should really try to stick with what is sustainable for you. If your hormones have nothing to do with it, check your calorie intake for a few days, without changing it obviously, and then calculate the number of calories you need for weight loss. I go for maintenance calories for a sedentary lifestyle, minus 200 calories, which is about 1800 calories for me while exercising every day. Please don't go lower than your BMR. If your calorie intake matches with what you calculated, keep going. You will be fine. It's probably just water retention because of stress. If it doesn't match, that probably means that you've lost so much weight, you're killing it. Then you need to lower your calorie intake to keep the weight loss going. I know that hitting a plateau is very hard, but focus on the progress you have made and on how happy you feel. I was on a plateau not too long ago. I started losing weight 3 months ago, started at 134 pounds. Once I hit 123, I just stopped losing weight. I ate at 1,000 plus kcals a day and kept up with my normal workout routine, hoping one day I'll get out of it. After a month, my weight wasn't moving at all, and I was always stuck at 123. I grew desperate and added a more intense workout on top of my usual routine and kept eating at least 1,000 kcals. After 3 days of doing that intense workout, I finally broke out of the plateau. My advice is to add a little bit more to your exercise routine. It will take time before your body could adjust with your new routine again, giving you just enough time to get out of that plateau. I actually find that having 48 hours off helps. Of course, that doesn't mean eating whatever you can get your hands on and ordering takeout, but giving your body and metabolism a break can do the trick. I personally don't work out as much for the 2 days and might even do a 24-hour water fast, but if not, I'll keep to eating a regular amount of calories and just chilling out for a weekend. I may gain a pound or two, but it kind of kickstarts the whole weight loss again. Consistency. Many people look at the scale and think, dang it, I didn't lose anything this week. And they return the next week and it's the same thing, which often leads to discouragement and often thoughts of, well, I've stopped losing, so what's the use of continuing? No, get off the scale and keep going. Keep exercising and watching your meals. Plateau's pass. Some additional advice, along with consistency, is looking at your meals throughout the day. It may be time to make that morning skinny latte through the Starbucks drive-thru a size small instead of medium. Maybe that 1 cup of rice with dinner now needs to be half a cup instead. Or maybe 1 slice of whole wheat toast with your breakfast in the morning instead of your usual 2. Notice how you aren't eliminating these foods but reducing the quantity. Small changes yield the biggest results over time. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Our subreddit is a place to share pictures, ask questions, and get support on your weight loss journey. To join, just open the description below and click the top link. Click Use App, install the Reddit app, create an account, and then click Join once you're at our subreddit. We'd love to have you join us on the subreddit. Once again, the link is below. Red Plaid Hat says, huge update for me as I never thought I'd be this low. I've had a blast walking myself to Wonderland, 127 kg to 90 kg. A progress picture was my milestone goal for 90 and 85 kg is next on the list. I'm happier and healthier. What you can't see is the safety pins holding my clothes up. Playful Sun 1 says, this is my progress. I started at 232 pounds 6 weeks ago and now at 211. I'm 5'4" and I can see the difference and I can feel it, but I don't feel like it looks like a 21-pound loss. I'm proud of my weight loss and my goal is to hit 160, but I'm just far too excited to leave the 200s first. Hyper June says, my first non-scale victory. I've been doing intermittent fasting on and off starting this year, and then I practice mindful and portion control when I'm eating. Honestly, I didn't feel like I made a lot of progress since the scale always upset me, lol, until I put these photos side to side. Thanks for sharing featured narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.